Hello everyone and welcome, I'm Kiv, your favorite degenerate, and today I want to talk about the rumors that Prometheans may be returning in Halo Infinite and why I think it's just utterly stupid, because we've basically got literally one small piece of evidence and it's not even that. So I wanted to explain things and reassure people that there's nothing to stress out about. It's gonna be okay. So basically, all of this comes down to the 20-year celebration of Halo Image, which was released this week, and basically there was Prometheans in the image on the right-hand side and the left-hand side, but people have started to look at that and say, oh, Prometheans are coming back in Infinite, and I think that this is utter nonsense. So this is the part of the image that everyone's freaking out about, because you got the Promethean knight in the background, glowing eyes, looking all sinister, and people have been saying, well, he's on the same side of the image as the banished brutes, so that must mean that he's involved in Halo Infinite. And I think that that is ridiculous, because there has been no mention in any of the reveal work, 2018, 2019, and 2020, you know, there hasn't been a Promethean in sight. The only thing we've had mention of is Cortana and her created. However, I think that at the very most, that may be like the first mission of the game, or just the starting couple of hours, and that's just to tie a bow on Halo 5 and just basically say, yep, this is where we were at, and this is the direction we're going in. So it kind of acts as a transition as they choose to then introduce the Banished with the Chief and then go through that storyline. So off the top of my head, I'm thinking first couple of hours is very classic Halo. You've got a mission, an objective that's very clear, and there's nothing else to do. You just go in a straight line to your objective, and anything that makes a sci-fi noise, you shoot. That's a simple rule. But I think that would be a good starting point for the game, and then you transition yourself onto Zeta Halo when you're actually on the ring, and then things start opening up into the more semi-open world style that they want us to be playing in throughout the game. If you start off from the very beginning, giving the Chief like 5 different things to do, it may just be a very jarring experience, and it may not be as easy for people to go from one style of playing a Halo campaign to another, so I think that would be a good in-between to help transition people through. Another thing that proves that the Prometheans won't be involved in Halo Infinite as a major enemy is that in the 20-year anniversary image, on the same side as the combat evolved version of Chief, you can see a crawler, and obviously a crawler was not involved in Halo Combat Evolved. So what I think realistically about this whole image altogether is that this is just 343 acknowledging that Halo 4 and 5 existed, because you can't celebrate 20 years of Halo and just ignore both of those games. It's also important to remember that when Halo 4 first came out, we had a bunch of different guns being added onto the game through their Promethean arsenal. So we're seeing something similar with the banished weapons as well. The Ravager, the Skewer, and then also the mounted brute machine gun, which I'm assuming you can also detach like many of the other guns, and it just wouldn't make sense to have that many guns in the game. Think about it. If you have to balance that many guns, it's never gonna work. I had to put that in there. I had to. But it just doesn't make sense. Like, balancing wise for multiplayer, how are you supposed to have all of those different weapon varieties and make them feel actually unique, that each one has its own specific sort of ups and downs, and it's not distinctive, you know? Every gun is gonna just feel like a different version of another gun. So that's why I just can't see Prometheans returning in any significant capacity in Halo Infinite. On the other hand, as far as Easter eggs and small other little details that you can put into an open world game, yeah, I can totally see that happening. A small Promethean knight helmet, or a like incineration cannon that you can find in like a little statue or Forerunner structure or something. I think that would be a cool little homage to say, hey, this gun's pretty cool, and it's one of the few that you'll be able to find in Halo Infinite if you explore every nook and cranny of the world. I think that's a much better way to go about it, and if you just put them in there, you may also affect the flow of the game, especially when we're trying to go back to Halo's roots in this game and be very similar to Combat Evolved. I think that putting the Prometheans in there as another faction would definitely be a step backwards. But I think that's probably a fair point to end things for today, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below about Prometheans being involved in Halo Infinite. I've been Kiv, and I'll see yous all on the next one.